Hello and welcome to ISTV News. I'm Subula Kangabam. Lining up the top stories we have. 2 suspected KNAI cadres shot dead by unknown persons at Churachandpur. And now the news in detail. 2 persons suspected to be cadres of Kuki National Army I were shot dead by some unknown persons at Churachandpur. The incident happened near Molhoifai in Sagaikot area to Leiluwan within the jurisdiction of Churachandpur police station. It is reported that the 2 persons were kidnapped from elsewhere and brought to the site where they were shot dead. The 2 deceased have been identified as Paune, 28, son of Damchon, resident of Gunfaijang in Saikul subdivision, and the other one is Letmintan Haukip, 20, son of Hemang Haukip of Wakal in Saikul subdivision. The dead bodies have been picked up from the spot and kept at the morgue of Churachandpur District Hospital. Police have registered a case in connection with the killing. The identity of the killers and their motive behind the extreme act is yet to be established. Raghur Laisangthem has been elected as president of the Patriotic Writers Forum Manipur unanimously. In a press release, the forum stated that Rakesh Naurem has also been elected as secretary of the forum for the 3rd term. Condolence service of late veteran freedom fighter of Indian National Army Lieutenant Rising Kaising was held at Embassy Church Center, Imphal today. Rising passed away on January 17 at his residence at Nagaram. Veteran Congress leader Risang Kaising, Deputy Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly M.K. Prashao Simre, Parliamentary Secretary Victor Kaising, and many distinguished persons took part in the condolence service. Late Rising Kaising was born at Pungyar Assembly Constituency, Ukhrul District in 1920. He was 94. Speaking to the ISTV News, K. Jinghang Pang, son of the deceased freedom fighter, said his father was a good officer under the guidance of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, the leader of INA. He served as a lieutenant. Besides, he was conferred the title of a freedom fighter and took part in the celebrations of Independence Day of India several times. He further said the last rites of his father will be held at his native place, Bungpu Khunok Pungyar, in Ukhrul District tomorrow.
March 1943 da Subhash Chandra Bose ke makhada lieutenant orega India gi struggle da kanna shibaya madana lieutenant amoidana tapak suki bani March last aibatare freedom fighter survivor ni ma president mo na bimsi pratibha patilna president oiring da one of the last suki bani mudin ma ngam idna shon gidna Marching from Chatpasungam, the invitation from the President, other Chapangam,
a book entitled Ningthi Gi Ningthem, written by noted writer and Sahitya Academy awardee Ketri Bira, was released at Library and Information Center, Kakching yesterday. President of Iramdam Khorzel Lup, Hyanglam Wabagai Maibam Nabakishore, President of Sahitya Seva Samiti Kakching, Yengkom Dananjoy, former Principal Naurem Dhandar, President of Writers Association Kakching Professor Naurem Ibotombi, ex-Director of Art and Culture Government of Manipur Dr. K.H. Sorojini, and Professor of MU Nahakpam Aruna attended the releasing ceremony. R.K. Koko and his wife Ranjita of Tera Amudon donated solar lamp to Ibudon Purairomba Laibung of Lamsang Makhalekai. Ibudon Purairomba Young Women Council Committee has expressed happiness and gratitude for the generous assistance attended by the magnanimous couple. And moving on to national international news. Ahead of the 2015-16 budget, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on Monday said there was a need to rationalize all subsidies and ensure stability in policy to attract investment and drive growth. From January 1, LPG subsidy is going though banks, we have to gradually rationalize all possible subsidies, the minister said, while addressing a CII function in the southern Indian city. Security has been hiked along the international border after specific inputs of an infiltration by Lashkar-e-Toiba trained terrorists into India ahead of US President Barack Obama's visit. According to sources, second line of security has been enforced with 10 additional companies of border security force being deployed along the border. The U.S. has also warned Pakistan of any cross-border terror incident during Obama's trip and subtly indicated of consequences if any such attack is traced back to the country. Obama will travel to New Delhi from January 25th to 27 and will attend the Republic Day parade on January 26. This is the first time that a U.S. president will be attending India's Republic Day parade. Meanwhile, the car that U.S. President Barack Obama may prefer to take instead of riding with President Pranab Mukherjee on Republic Day is a fortress on wheels equipped to protect him from terror attacks and keep him connected to his office at all times. Cadillac One, known as the Beast, can withstand bombs and bullets and is armed with guns and tear gas cannons. It is 18 feet long and weighs 8 tons. The armor plating of the car is 8 inches thick. Its tires are shred and puncture resistant and it has special foam to prevent the fuel tank from exploding. Its booth has oxygen tanks and firefighting equipment and it also has night vision camera. The car is driven by a person trained by the Secret Service to make escapes and perform 180-degree turns. The Beast keeps the president connected to his administration. It has a satellite phone with a direct line to the Vice President and the Pentagon. Irked by his brief remarks made at the poll rally yesterday, Congress has moved the Election Commission against AAP convener Arvind Kejriwal, demanding action against him. In a complaint to Chief Election Commissioner H.S. Burma and Election Commissioner S.N.A. Jaidi, Congress Secretary and in charge of Legal Cell Department K.C. Mittal said, by making such a statement, Kejriwal is instigating people to take bribe for voting and has maligned the electoral process. Congress leader Shashi Tharoor will be interrogated about his wife's alleged murder in a day or two, said B.S. Basi, the Delhi police chief, today. Earlier this month, the police registered a murder case for Sunanda Puskar, who was Mr. Tharoor's third wife and was found dead in a 5-star hotel in Delhi a year ago. Mr. Tharoor recently pledged his continuing cooperation to the investigation, but said he has written to the police chief about concern about how the inquiry is being conducted. EU foreign ministers will meet today to discuss the terror threat in Europe in the wake of recent attacks. Europe is on high alert after a failed terrorist plot in Belgium and a deadly attack in Paris in which gunmen killed 17 people. The talks will also focus on EU relations with Russia. Ministers will try to resolve the deep divisions between EU governments over how to deal with Russia's actions in Ukraine. In Brussels, 28 foreign ministers will discuss concerns surrounding the return of radicalized Europeans who have gone to fight in Iraq and Syria. And before we wind up, the top stories once again. 2 suspected KNA cadres shot dead by unknown persons at Rajasthan. Thank you for watching and keep watching ISTV News for more updates.